What is up, you beautiful people? In this video, I'm gonna show you how exactly to raise your prices by at least 5x and easily scale your business while working for less clients and enjoying more profits while having the best operational framework possible. Now, this was not some ordinary video that I shot. This was a masterclass that I recorded for my private community. So this is gonna be a pretty long, probably an hour or so masterclass, but this is going to be absolutely a gold mine of information. So watch on till the end if you at all want to raise your prices. Without any further ado, let's get into the video.
देखो सीन ये है कि everybody talks about sales and everything. What I've understood is that, when we talk about high ticket sales, what does it even mean to be high ticket? What are your thoughts? Just let me know in the chat. What do you even think? What is even high ticket? And why is it high? Why is this hype about high ticket so important? Let me know in the chat. Sales, ठीक है. Sales is an important skill, I understand. But why specifically high ticket? Yeah, sales to sales hota hai. Higher margin, yeah. All right, highly priced, right? So I'll tell you this difference. When you are selling a low ticket product and when you are selling high ticket product, the processes are extremely different. Extremely different. You want to know how? Want me to cover that? Yeah. So when you are selling a low ticket product, so consumer psychology varies, right? So let's say you are buying, I don't know, a pen. A pen doesn't cost a lot, but you probably see how a pen kind of helps you write. It looks nice. It's a beautiful pen, and I can use this. But if I go ahead and start selling a car, you'll have to think, right? So the core fundamental difference between high ticket and low ticket is this. Low ticket sales are more aspirational. It's like something cool that I want to buy and I buy it. High ticket sales are more problem solving. And I have been telling this to everyone. Every business is a business of solving problem. And a sales conversation is simply a demonstration of how we solve a problem. Am I correct? That's literally the definition of pitch. A sales pitch is defined as, understanding whatever has happened to the client, what caused the problem, and how you're going to be different and deliver the solution, right? That's the fundamental difference. And why is this, this attraction towards high ticket? Pretty much everybody, got this right, which is like when you are selling high ticket, you charge high margins, high profits, you make more money. Pretty simple because, to make 1 crore rupees out of this 20 rupees pen is going to be like super difficult, right? But if you want to make 1 crore rupees by selling, Volkswagen Virtus, you have to probably sell 5 of those, right? So obviously, high ticket, more margins. So we'll digress from the topic a little bit, from learning about sales to specifically learning about how exactly to sell high ticket and charge at least 5x than what you are making right now. Do you think this is a good value that if you can take away from this webinar, it's worth spending the next 2 hours? Put worth in the chat box for me. Yeah? So that's exactly what I'll be doing. In this webinar, I'll show you how exactly to sell high ticket stuff and make at least 5x more than what you're making right now. Now, I'll not just be giving you GAN. Obviously, that's the part of it. But I want to show you some case studies as well. How many of you want to see some real life client case study? मेरे पास वो sad story नहीं है बताने के लिए, but how many of you want to see real life clients case studies who have done this themselves in their business? Yeah? Put CS in the chat box for me. CS. Yeah? All right. First case study. Prashant Savanur, a yoga teacher. Story here. When Prashant came to me, he said, I'm teaching people yoga. I was like, okay, who do you teach? He's like, everyone. And I was like, okay, how much do you charge? Now, 5,000 rupees. And this is why you are charging 5,000 rupees and you're not able to grow. We did some survey. I asked him this, who do you think is buying from you and why do people buy from you? He said that people buy from you because they like having yoga. That's it. Probably having some stress and everything. That's why. But when we did a survey, we realized 80%, actually 67 odd percent of his clients came to him because doctors advised them. This was a new information for Prashant, right? Doctors advised these guys to do yoga because they gave up. And when we researched on them, another 80% of those 67% said that they came and joined this yoga program because they had gut health issues. So he switched his positioning from just a yoga teacher to, helping you get out of gut health issues without Western medicines. You know what happened? He 10x his prices. This is what happened. Instead of 5,000 rupees, he raised his prices to 50,000 rupees. Made about 20 lakhs in this whole process. Do you think that's cool? Put cool in the chat box if you feel like that is freakishly cool. Yeah? Next one, Varun Gera. How many of you are freelancers and agency owners here? Put me in the chat box. Like, awesome. Yeah. How about almost like 12xing your revenue? So this guy, he was a freelancer, then he started an agency, then he started a coaching as well, and he was charging about 1,500 rupees for his courses, and his agency was charging about 30,000-40,000 rupees, right? I didn't add the agency level, and raised his coaching prices to now 50,000 rupees, I think at 1 lakh, agency prices to 2 lakh rupees, and freelancing to karta nahi abhi. Now, he went from straight up 70,000 rupees a month to 10 lakhs a month. I mean, in this screenshot, he made 7.5 lakhs in January. His plan was to hit 10 lakhs by March. In fact, by July, he has made about 15 lakhs last month. How many of you think this is cool? And later on, I'll tell you what exactly these guys did to get such results. Cool? किसको चाहिए 70,000 का 10 lakh बनाने का? Who wants to make 10 lakhs out of that 70,000 rupees? Sounds like that Lakshmi chit. But this is all legal, right? Next one, more results. Akshat Shah closed $8,500 deal. Or Ashish Bhardwaj, who closed up about $8,500 deal, ek aur $6,500 deal, here $25,000 deal. Or Deepak Pani, who made 1 crore in 3 months. How many of you think this is super cool? And you want the blueprint to get to this. Put cool here in the chat box so that I can get to the next steps. Yeah? Maza aa raha hai dekh ke? We want to hit these numbers? Who wants to hit these numbers? Just put me in the chat box. Alright. Cool. And here's one more. Sankash. 2 दिन पहले join किया था, by the way. Not 2 दिन पहले, like last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, he got his first sale, and by Friday, I made this presentation on Saturday. On Friday, he got one more client. So literally made 2.4 lakhs in 2 days. Before that, in 3 months, he made 1 lakhs. Do you think this is even better or relatable? Right? All of this was not just possible because of sales, by the way. Sales is just one part of a whole business game. I'll cover every single part and where sales fit into this particular picture, right? And that's exactly what I'll be covering. How many of you think all of these results are fire? They're cool. Cool fire. Just put cool once again for me and then I'll go. I know I'm asking you to write a lot of stuff, but I want you guys to be engaged, right? Awesome. Now in this session, I'll help you raise your prices, craft a high ticket offer, and basically give you a blueprint of sales so that you can enjoy more profit. How many of you want to do this? Put me in the chat box one last time before you get in. And be ready to write a lot of stuff in this chat, right? All right. Perfect. Let me just. Now, all of this without building any complex funnels or investing lakhs and lakhs on ads, and basically get this, enjoy more profits. Now, first things first, why raise prices? Everybody knows more profits, but how many of you want to see a nice little thought experiment on how exactly simply raising your prices can change the money that you make? Put PE in the chat box if you want to not do this thought experiment with me. Yeah? Here's the thought experiment. There are 2 drivers. There is driver number 1, there is driver number 2. Okay? Driver number 1, both of them are like riding Ola or Uber, whatever. But this happened. Okay? Driver number 1 drives a cab in Bangalore, does about 40 rides a day, and averages 200 kilometers a day. He charges 10 rupees per kilometer, which is pretty standard for common people. Mileage of the car 20 kilometer per liter. His revenue for 10 kilometers per 10 rupees per kilometer and 200 kilometers a day is 2000 rupees per day. Mileage of the car, let's say 20 kilometers per liter. Fuel spent 10 lakhs. Price of the fuel 100 rupees per liter. The total running cost is 1000. His profits are 1000. Okay? Pretty standard. All good. Put good in the chat box. Pretty normal. This is how pretty much all cab drivers look like. Yeah. But let's say driver number 2 figure out, ye Ola mein paisa nahi banta. I don't make more money in Ola. Let's say I do something else. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow he did differently. Okay? He also does 40 rides a day. He also averages 200 kilometers in a day. But somehow he figured out to raise the prices to 30 rupees per kilometer. How he figured out that thing, I'll cover in the later part. But somehow he figured out. So revenue per day went up to 6,000 rupees per day. Mileage and everything is same. So total running cost came down to 1,000 rupees per day. So simply by 3xing his prices, this dude 5x'd his profits. Do you think you can also do that? Because most of you guys are also service providers like drivers. You have your own running cost. You have your own operations. You are paying salary to somebody, or maybe you're getting paid for something, right? By simply raising your prices 3x, your profits raised by 5x. Do you think that's cool? And if you could figure out a way on how exactly to do this, we can make more money. Yes? Put yes in the chat box for me. In summary, more prices means more profits. Let's do another thought experiment. Maza aaya? How many of you enjoyed this? How many of you want to do one more thought experiment? Learn this thing. Like, I don't want you to take notes. ठीक है ना? I really want you to like install this whole concept into your brain, because that's when you learn. Notes लेने से you forget about the notes. Correct? Awesome. Let's go. Now another thought experiments. Okay? Driver 1, this dude now needed more revenue. Okay? Now he signed up for Uber as well. Okay? Started taking 100 rides a day. This guy thought 40 rides, I'm making 1,000 rupees a day. I'll take 100 rides. I'll push myself, provide for my family and everything. Now he averages 500 kilometers per day. Like, working 8 a.m. to night 8 p.m. or let's say working from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. whatever. 18 hours a day he's riding. So revenue per day, he's raised up to 5,000 per day. Uber charges another 10% of this. So 500 rupees went there. Mileage of the car, 20 kilometers per liter. Fuel spent this much, everything. Total running cost, 2,000 rupees per day now. Give you a minute. And profits, 2,500 rupees. Okay. So the profits only went up by 2.5x. But he is facing burnout. Also, he has to split profits with Uber. Do you think that's a good space? Let me know in the chat. Do you think that's really... yeah, you make more money, but is that burnout worth it? Is sharing profit with that platform worth it? Yeah? And this is exactly what a lot of freelancers do. They rely on this Just Dial and, Upwork, Fivers. And still you get clients who don't pay more than $500 for a website. Is that even a good proposition? Let me know in the chat. Correct? Now let's consider driver number 2. Now driver number 2 needed more revenue. Okay? Now he upgraded his car because, driver number 2 earlier he was making more profits, 5,000 rupees per day. So almost like 1.5 lakh rupees per day he was making. Okay? Now he's like, okay, now that I'm making like almost, I waited for a year, I made about 18 lakhs. He put that as a down payment and he bought a limousine. He said like, you know what, I don't want to cater to everyone. These guys are haggling up with prices. Let me just work with some premium clients. So he upgraded his car to a limousine. So he started working with high profile people and started taking 5 rides per day, not more than that. Now he is working with these high profile people, picking them from the airport, dropping them in the hotel, being there the whole day to like carry them forward as a limousine driver. Averages more as high as 100 kilometers a day. Right? Charges 3,000 rupees for dropping and picking up. By the way, this is a real number. You can Google this. Limousines in Bangalore, they charge this much. So revenue per day, he's making about 15,000 rupees per day. Not bad. So mileage of the car, half of this Okay, or 1/4 of this because the limousines are 5 kilometer per liter. Fuel spent is high. Total running cost is higher or almost the same because mileage is bad. Profits 13,000 rupees per day. Less customers, less work, and no revenue share with anyone. How many of you think you want to be driver number 2? Put me in the chat box. Now, what is this equivalent to for an agency, coaching, or freelancing, or even high ticket business? So it's never about it's never about just the prices you drive. To charge high prices, you also have to, instead of driving a car, or cab, you have to drive a limousine. So you have to package a service as a limousine, as a premium, and you cannot serve everyone. A lot of people tell me this, and note this thing down because this will help you. A lot of people tell me that riches are in the niches. How many of you have heard this? Yeah? I'll break that belief for you. Riches are not in the niches. There is a different thought process that I follow. Now, all of us want to be driver number 2, but how exactly we go there? So in summary, more prices means peace of mind. And remember how you have to go from regular cab to conscious driver with a limousine, right? In summary, more prices also means better service, so better customer happiness. But the question isn't why, the question is how, right? How many of you are thinking and are probably trying to ask, so Jayant, how exactly should I raise my prices? And obviously sell high ticket. Selling comes next. Pehle to raise to karo prices. How many of you are having this question? Please put me in the chat box. If you are having this question, why samajh mein aa gaya? Why I should raise the prices, I understood. But how exactly I should do this? Okay? Put me in the chat box if you want to know how, because that's exactly what I'm going to cover in this one. All right? Okay? I'm waiting for more. Loving the flow. Why? How? I want to ask a question. Aryan, you can drop a question later in the Q&A panel. Or maybe you can, after the whole presentation, I can take some questions. Not a problem. Just put me in the chat box. Let's talk about how. How can you charge your prices so that you can enjoy more profits, have more peace of mind, and provide better services, right? 4 simple steps. Actually, 5 simple steps. I don't know why I wrote 4. Must be a mistake. It's actually 5 simple steps. Start taking notes at this point because this is going to be helpful. Okay? I'll wait for 2 minutes for you guys to start pulling out some pen and paper so that you can start noting things down. Okay? Once you're ready, put ready in the chat box with a pen and paper. And then we'll go into the 5 simple processes. In the meantime, I'll edit this. It's not 4, it's 5. Yes. All right. Ready. Know the market better, blah, blah, blah. Anirban, you let me do the explaining. No, don't worry. I have a much better explanation for you. Okay? So start taking notes, pen and paper. Yeah? Awesome. Put ready in the chat box and we'll start. Vashish says ready. Hetal says ready. Ahmed ready. Yuvraj ready. I need more ready. That means almost like 100 plus people are not ready. What? Okay. Kumaravel, Mohan. Awesome. Perfect. Step number 1. Let's do it. Niche. Anirban was right. Not bad. But what kind of niche? Let's say I do this. I made a mistake in my life. Okay? And this mistake almost costed me about 40 lakhs. So when I thought to do stuff on my own, I wanted to start my own business. I thought like, hey, let's start teaching people sales. When I started teaching sales, I started teaching beginners in sales. Earlier, I was teaching, business owners as sales. You know how much business owners were paying me to learn this? 1.5 lakhs for 3 months. When I started teaching beginners, want to become employees, the prices never went beyond 35,000 rupees. Why? Not because I couldn't ask money, just simply because for a business owner doing 10 lakhs a month, he doesn't mind paying 1.5 lakhs one time because in a year they are making 1 crore. This is roughly 1% of their entire revenue. For a beginner whose monthly salary itself is 35,000, out of which they are saving like 10,000 rupees, it's like 1/4's revenue. So somebody, it's a big amount. So with niche, One mistake that people do is they narrow down too much. You don't need a narrowed down niche. You need a rich niche. So remember when this regular cab versus concierge driver with a limousine, this guy is targeting rich people. Rich people are in general less in numbers. Poor people are more in numbers. So if you want to make a lot of sales, sell to the poor people. A lot of numbers of customers. If you want to make more money and serve less customers, you have to serve the rich. Okay? Now you might say, Jayant, my audience size reduce ho jayega. Yes, it will. But the point is not to serve more people. The point is to serve the rich. They pay better. Right? And here's the punchline I want you to write. Riches are not in the niches. Riches are the niches. Are not in the niches. Riches are the niches. If you want to sell something, sell to the rich. And there is a quote that one of my coaches told me. When you sell to the rich, they make you their own. When you sell to the poor, they make you their own. What that means? When you sell to the rich, they make you rich. When you sell to the poor, they make you poor. And the whole reason why you are haggling with clients who are like not paying you much, they're haggling for 10,000 rupees website design projects, they're trying to reduce the prices, is because they themselves are poor. They're trying to make you poor. You know how rich people, the recent day I closed a client, 1 lakh rupees per month recurring plus 15% commissions. You know how the deal was done? I said, bro, I charge this much plus 15% commission. What do you think? He said like, yeah, cool. I'm okay with this. This is how the conversation went. So how many of you had a bulb on moment here? Would be in the chat box. First thing, riches are not in the niches. Riches are the niches. When you sell to the poor, they make you their own. When you sell to the rich, they make you their own. So the moral of the lesson is, picking a niche and everything, market research, everything is fine. Picking a rich niche is more important. You'll make more money only when you pick the right niche or the rich niche. And this will solve 90% of the problem. I tell you this, sell the same stuff to somebody rich, 90% of your high ticket problem will be solved. It doesn't even require a lot of sales process. Trust me. Okay? Next, step 2, an offer. Now, rich people are not fools, right? They also need the value of the money. They become rich because they were smart enough to become rich, right? So ऐसा नहीं कि तुम ये पेन लेके बोल दोगे कि हाँ सर $1 million दे दो. They won't pay you that much, right? So you need to have the right offer. Now, what is an offer? A definition of an offer is a product or service that solves a painful problem more efficiently than others. Note this thing down again, please. An offer is a product or a service that solves a painful problem more efficiently than others. How many of you have written it? Put done in the chat box if you have written this thing down, just so that you don't ask me to repeat these things again. Clear? Now let's break it down. What is an offer? It's a product or a service. Essentially, it's a solution. What does it do? It solves a painful problem, not any problem, a painful problem. And how does it solve? More efficiently than others. Okay? Now, this is how the offer creation looks like. You can also draw this diagram or take a screenshot of this. You see, any rich guy or anyone who you want to target is at a current state. They're not happy, they're not satisfied with their current stage, and they want to get to something called as a desired state, where they're happy, ecstatic, dancing, all right? Now, obviously, there are steps that they can go through. Okay? They can go through certain steps to go from here to here. For example, let's say I am overweight, I want a six-pack abs. That is definitely a step-by-step process to go from here to here, and I can do it. However, if a personal trainer comes to me, says that, hey, I know, Jayant, you'll have 100 different problems. I'll make this whole journey that would normally take you a year of complexity and everything, I'll make this whole journey easier, simpler, faster, and cheaper than what it would have costed me in a whole year. Would you be willing to say yes? Of course, people will say yes. So your offer basically makes this whole journey between current state and desired state easier, simpler, faster, and cheaper as compared to what it would have costed this guy do it alone. Does that make sense? Clear? Let me know in the chat. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Now, what did we discuss? We're solving a painful problem more efficiently. This is the problem that they can solve the problem going from here to here more efficiently because they're making easier, simpler, faster, cheaper than others. And then if we do this, people will buy. Simple. But there comes a problem. What if two people's offer is exactly the same? दोनों same ही बेच. Both are teaching you how to do ABC. How do you differentiate without reducing your prices? Right? How many of you have this doubt? There are other people selling the same website for 5,000 rupees that I want to charge 1 lakh for. How do I differentiate myself? How many of you are having this question in mind? Put me in the chat box. Right? I don't need answers. How many of you are wondering this is the thing? There are 5 ways to differentiate. Start noting these things down. Okay? 5 ways to differentiate yourself in the market at this point. Way number 1, reviews and experience. When I say I have, the current company that I'm working with, they have about 2,000 clients, 1,600 documented case studies. Oh no, 1,600 clients, 1,300 documented case study, 2,000 pitches made. Yeah. So if somebody tells you that I have 1,000 plus case studies versus somebody who says I'm just a beginner, who do you think you'll believe? Who do you think you'll pick? So obviously, 2 examples, a surgeon who has 10 years of experience charges 10 lakh rupees to do the surgery. And then a surgeon who comes with 1 year of experience charges 50,000 rupees for doing the same surgery. Who do you think you'll prefer your life with? The guy with more experience? Yeah? Let me know in the chat. Who do you prefer? 1 or 2? Right? Where are others? All right, perfect. Next, positioning. How do you position yourself is how you make everything. See, Red Bull or even 7-Up, this is sugar water at the end of the day. Okay? They have packaged it nicely, they have positioned it nicely, and hence they are charging, I don't know how much, 60 rupees for the can. For 250 or 300 milliliter. For 1 liter of water bottle, you are paying 20 rupees. So positioning is something that is absolutely crucial. So how do you position? Now let me take you back to the yoga coach. What did he do to 10x his prices? He simply went from being a simple yoga teacher to I help you get out of gut health issues in as little as 90 days without depending on Western medicine. Simple change in positioning, 10x the prices. So here the positioning is never I do ABC. The positioning is I help this painful problem in X number of years or X number of time. Positioning is around the problem. Okay? So you cannot just be a website designer. Russell Brunson did it very nicely. You know, how many of you know about Russell Brunson? Put me in the chat box. ClickFunnels founder. So for those who don't know, he built the same website development software that 100 other companies, 1,000 other companies did. But he positioned this particular software, the ClickFunnels software, as not a website designing software. He actually said websites are dead. Your business is not making money because you are not able to build a funnel. And ClickFunnels is the best funnel building software out there. It basically builds a website at the end of the day. The positioning went from, hey, just a generic website to here is the marketing funnel that will make you more money. That's the positioning power. You cannot just be like, I just build websites. So try doing this. Just go from building website to building a marketing funnel that gives you 5x ROAS on your ad. You'll see how people can start lining up for you. Right? Clear so far, positioning? Clear? Let me know. Business model. Third one is business model. If you have something really unique to share, obviously you can charge more. Let's say, for example, I say that I figure out a way to get you high-ticket clients in 2 days without building a website. That's a new business model. I actually figured this out on how to generate leads without building a website on Instagram while running ads, but no content or whatsoever, right? So that's a new business model. When you have a new business model, you can charge high ticket because you are new in the market, right? Simple example. Zerodha. Zerodha introduced discount brokerage to India. He didn't charge high ticket, but at least they became the market leader because they introduced discount brokerage to India. They were the first movers in this particular model people just bought, right? GD, Deepak. He himself introduced digital marketing as a concept to India. Hence, he came to be known as Digital Deepak and one of the pioneers of digital marketing in the country. It's a new business model, is what he launched. Correct? Put BM in the chat box. Again, you don't have to have all of this in place. You just need to have one. Either you need to have great reviews and experience, great positioning, or great business model. Correct? Clear so far? Put BM in the chat box. If it is not clear, I'll wait for you to type BM. Unless I can repeat this stuff. Okay? New business model. Next one is location. One of my clients makes about 20 lakhs a month. He helps clinics and hospitals in Hyderabad. So there are so many marketing agencies helping clinics and hospitals. But he says, I will do it in Hyderabad because I live in Hyderabad. I can come and visit you. Simple. You think that's an advantage? And when I came to Bhubaneswar, by the way, I thought like Bhubaneswar is tier 2 city. People don't have a lot of money. I was having dinner with this gentleman, on a high profile business meeting. And I was just talking to him that, what do you do? And he casually said, oh yeah, I own KIIT University. I was like, what? You own a freaking university? People have a lot of money here. And what I lack is people, most marketing agencies or coaches, anyone, they don't niche themselves enough on location. Because this tier 2 city itself has more than 1 lakh businesses. And if I can capture Bhubaneswar, I can make $1 million. Easy. Proof, right? So location. Next one is speed. This is what I primarily play on. This is how I beat all of my competitors right now. I'm beating a lot of my competitors right now with speed of execution. How many of you understood till now? First one is reviews and experience, positioning, business model, location. Speed is the final one and the most easiest one to make. If everything else doesn't work in your favor, let's say you cannot niche down yourself into location. You cannot have a new business model because it takes a lot of time. You don't have a lot of reviews and experiences. You don't have a lot of location or whatever. Speed is how you can win the market. How many of you want an example of the speed? It's easiest one to implement and the easiest one to put, in the market. I'll give you 2 examples. One, a startup example, and 2, my personal example, how I literally charge 3x the prices of my competitors and took away all their clients into current business that I'm doing. Yeah, interested? Cool. Blinkit, great example. Before Blinkit, Zepto came into India. There were these 2 Stanford graduates from India who came to India and say that, hey, we'll do quick commerce. Instead of delivering the product to you within 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, we'll deliver it in 10 minutes. They captured the whole market. Blinkit copied the same model. Now that it's a listed company, well, it is kind of scaling very, very fast. Simple. But my personal example, I specialize in building the video sales letter funnel. Okay, there is a funnel that is called video sales letter. My competitors in the market who claim to be this self-proclaimed, experts in building this VSL funnels, their customers started complaining about a certain thing, that these guys are good, the quality is good, however, they're taking too long. They're taking like 3 months or 1 month to build this VSL funnel. You know what I did? I had 0 reviews when I started pitching this. I simply said, what if I could build this whole funnel in less than 5 days? That's it. 0 reviews, no experience. I just said, I'll build this thing in 5 days. Close 3 clients. Straight up. And at 3 lakh rupees, while my competitor is charging 1.5 lakh rupees. Double the price, 0 reviews, just speed is highest. And we delivered on the promise. We delivered VSL funnels in 5 days. And here's the quick thing about any market. The moment you bring in speed, the moment you'll raise your price is the moment when you raise the prices. So if we can add one more line to this, when you make an offer which is easier, simpler, faster and cheaper, you make more money. And if you don't have anything else, if you simply make it more faster, people will pay you money. So clear so far? How do you make your offer so good that people can make you more money? Location, when you are specialized in a specific location, you can charge more money. Let's say you do not, so especially for digital agencies, I see this. If you are in a specific location and you are the king of that location, basically you have the biggest, let's say you have a dentist clinic. You are the biggest dentist clinic in that location. Yeah? Or you have, and you have the most reviews, and you are in a place where you have something unique in that location. People will flock towards you, right? So that's the whole thing. Cool. Clear so far? Valuable? How many of you got a ton of value from here? Type value in the chat box. Awesome. How much location matters in digital marketing? Dude, I can be a digital marketing company for the whole India and start fighting for prices, or I can be the only digital marketing company in Bhubaneswar. Who do you think will win the market? Bhubaneswar has 1 lakh, MSMEs and roughly 100 big companies. All I need is 10. You think I'll win? Simple. Don't even have to think twice. Okay, I just have to position it nicely that I work with Bhubaneswar people because I am born and brought up in Bhubaneswar. Just create a narrative around it, not a problem. Step number 3, delivery model. Right? Now that you sold a limousine, and I call it limousine delivery model. Now that you sold a limousine, you need to deliver the limousine experience. ठीक है ना? आप high ticket charge करके वो cab वाला experience दे नहीं सकते. Am I correct? Doesn't make sense. You charged 15,000 rupees for a, let's say, drive, and you brought in a Maruti Suzuki Swift. People are not going to pay you that much, obviously. You got to deliver as well. So before you start marketing and sales, you need to have a set delivery process. Okay? Clear so far in understanding why? And then we'll go to how. Most people get it wrong. Okay? Most people get it wrong because they still sell the same old thing and simply raise their prices. They don't work on customer experience. For most coaches, consultants, and marketing agencies, their job ends when they sell the offer. They think that. And I am so pissed off with all the webinars that happen. Everybody's like, this new marketing model, this blah, 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 and this will make you more money. And that's the expectation that is set. Ab bech lo, kaam khatam. But kaam shuru hota hai, bhai. Your work actually starts from there, from the moment of sale happens. Then most of these guys, they hunt for the next one, and then the next one. And the previous clients leave. And this is what happens. Then you get into this vicious cycle of client churn. Client sees your ads or your marketing, then client buys the offer, then client doesn't like the experience, then the client leaves and you hunt for more clients. Client buys the offer, client doesn't like the experience, client leaves. And this keeps on going over and over and over again. How many of you would love to be in this position? Is this even a position to be in? Or how many of you want to avoid this position though? What if there is a way, where you can have 10 clients, 10 high-ticket clients, all in your entire life, you have just 10 clients who kept paying you over and over and over and over again, the same high-ticket price. Would you rather be here, that you do marketing just once and you keep making money forever? Do you think that's a much better way? And this is where this limousine experience comes in. Okay, ye wala. ठीक है? Now, how exactly we deliver this limousine experience? Take care. Here's the thing. With great delivery comes great retention because you are promising that desired goal. Let's say I tell you that, hey, Sunny, you'll be able to make an additional 5 lakh rupees in the next 30 days. And I deliver that. Would you ever leave me? You'll keep paying me money so that I can keep giving you more and more results. Right? Right? That's exactly what I mean. With great delivery or the great service comes great retention. However, I also disagree with this statement because one of my experience was this. There was a client who came to me. We literally 54x their business. They were making about 1 lakh a month, right now making about 54 lakhs a month. And yet the client still left. And everything was great, like 50x return by within a year. Why did the client leave? Why did the client leave? नहीं ROI तो आया ना, इतना ROI तो आया और कितना ROI आएगा? ROI तो आ गया. Why did the client leave? No, they still suck, by the way. Their revenue dropped to 30 lakhs right now. They still suck. No. Customer service was also okay. Whenever they needed support, I added here. I'll tell you the thing. Product was also good. Product is actually the best because I didn't charge more than they expected. He didn't understand the delivery pattern. Experience, great question. I love Satish's example. Experience. It is not with great delivery that comes great retention. It's great experience. Now your client doesn't. So see, here's the thing. There are always logical and emotional side to everything. Okay? Logical side, ROI आ गया. So logically, that guy should not leave. But emotionally, they were drained because the way I was serving them was like a coach. Like literally, I would call them and shout at their face कि ये क्यों नहीं हुआ, ad क्यों नहीं record हुआ अभी तक, तुम्हारे marketing वाले बंदे को fire कर दो. I was थोड़ा rude on them because I really wanted to give them good results. I was a little bit too tough, and that kind of made the relationship a little bit sour. Now I realize I need to be a little bit sweet. Strange, but true. So we need to give them, yeah. But nevertheless, we still have a great relationship with this client. It's just that he's like, okay, Jayant ke saath kaam karna is too difficult. That's what they said, So it was just customer experience. And you know what? There are 5 pillars to customer experience. If you are in a coaching business, it's knowledge, accountability, feedback, community, and support. This is not in the slide. Knowledge, accountability, feedback, community, and support if you are coaching them. Give them knowledge, make sure that they're accountable, give them the feedback on the result that they produce, give them the support that they need, and add them to a community where they can go. With a service, it's the delivery, the fast delivery, response time, support, accountability, and feedback. Deliver the service delivery, fast response time. The sooner you respond back to them, the better the experience is. Good delivery, good experience time, good support whenever they need a help. You need to have like a support channel where they can ask the questions. Fourth one is good accountability. Make sure that they're delivering the stuff and good feedback. All of this little bit packaged together with a good behavior. I was probably not at my best behavior when I was talking to this client because I was too obsessed with their result. Honestly, this was the only thing. So that was my mistake. I should have kind of figured out a way to be a little bit more diplomatic. In sales, you become a little bit authoritative. That works in sales because you make more money. But the same attitude will never work with delivery. You need to become a little bit more diplomatic. You have to make them realize that this is in your benefit. This is a mistake that I did. So this increases customer retention. How many of you learned a lot? Put gold in the chat box like Sunny did. If all of this was pure gold. Then we'll go into marketing. Awesome. Next comes marketing. The way people do marketing is this. How many of you have seen this happen on internet? Everybody's ad is exactly the same. Everybody looks exactly the same. How many of you don't want to market like this? Yeah? How many of you do not want to market like this? Rather, how many of you want to market like this? Hey, yo. Huh? How many of you want to market like this? Put me in the chat box. Yeah? Just stand out. Basically, what we did are standing out. It's more creative. I don't know where it is from, but yeah, this is how it is. But all we need to do is basically stand out. Instead of saying, hey, all of this, we say, hey, better call stop. I'm the guy. Or this, be more creative. So when we talk about marketing, you know what one of my best performing ad is? How many of you have seen these flashy ads of these coaches, who are saying that, hey, blah, 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 I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. All of these sort of ads. You know what one of my best performing ad? It literally started from this. My wife will kill me if she sees this video. It was unique. No editing. No editing at all. It was simply like, my wife will kill me if she sees this video. And then there was copy, which was like, I'm because it's 12 a.m. in the night and I'm still, instead of sleeping, I'm preparing this webinar, which will help you get high ticket clients or whatever. And if you want to get this, please save my marriage and book a gonna sign up for the webinar. I spent 400 rupees. I generated 414 leads by spending almost like one fourth the amount, if I'm not wrong with that. Let me actually open that up. How many of you want to see that ad? Kahin to hai. I need to dig that out, but it is here. But I'll show you the stats of that ad as well. Okay? A lot of people might be wondering, we came here to learn high ticket sales. Why are we learning all of this? You need to learn this because unless you have a holistic view of the market, it won't matter. Am I correct? If you don't know marketing, if you don't know positioning, सिर्फ sales skills से कुछ नहीं होता है. So where was that webinar? This one. And yeah, this was a VSL Plus webinar. I'll also add the hook rate and the hold rate as well. I'll add the hook rate and the hold rate, and here I will not need the VSL because we never went to the VSL. Demo bhi nahi chahiye. Yeah, this is the right one. So there are multiple ones. This is the one that I used. Okay, let me show you this ad. How do I review this ad though? Yeah. Guys, it's night at 12 a.m. and I just can't sleep. My wife, oh, this is the one. My wife is sleeping in the next room, and if she hears me screaming, she'll probably come here and beat me up. But I'm super excited, and that is the reason why I can't sleep tonight. I am conducting a 3-hour live masterclass where I'll be sharing the exact high ticket sales. जो भी है यहाँ पे, ठीक है? And this, my wife was really mad because of that, something like that. And look at the stats. Everywhere it's like 50 plus, 200, 65. This was at 48 average. We generated 414 leads. There is something called as hook rate and hold rate. Hook rate is how many people actually watched beyond 3 seconds and how many people watched beyond 15 seconds. 36% as opposed to everyone else. There was another ad which was really good. So this also helped a lot. And this one, hold rate was 12 seconds. Okay? CPM, cost per milli. When in other ads it was like 100 plus, in this ad it is 50 rupees. And CTR, this is the best one. Other ads, it's like 4%, 1%. This was 15%. Global average is 1%. Global average CTRs are 1%. How many of you think 15x? 15x the results is pretty cool, right? So that's what I mean by a marketing message that looks like this, right? Now you need these 4 pillars and you need the final one. Here's the caveat. You can have everything. You can have, even if I give you the best niche, craft the best offer, and the best delivery model, and the best marketing method, nothing will work for you if you don't fix this one thing. What do you think that one thing is? Any guesses? What do you think that one thing is? Even if we have the best niche is the audience, and the best offer, and the best delivery model, and the best marketing, nothing will work if you don't fix this. Customer experience or delivery mein aa gaya. Sales. This is it. I have seen this happen again and again. This is why today's webinar was important. I didn't want to just tell you sales kar lo ho jayega. I wanted to show you a holistic picture of how a business looks like. Okay? Then and only then you understand the importance of sales. Am I correct? Because if I keep telling you sales, you'll not understand the other processes that are involved to make something high ticket. Because sales alone cannot make something high ticket. Sales helps you get the money out. But to make something high ticket, you need offer, the positioning, the differentiation, the marketing, all of that, and sales to make more money. Clear? Hope you guys are noting things down. Awesome. Now, how many of you are ready to learn some sales? And here I'll not be teaching you sales. I'll break some beliefs. So start with a pen and pad. Okay? Ready. Here is where most people get wrong. They hire the best marketing agency. They have the best offer in place. Branding agency hire kar lete hain, logo banwa lete hain, but sales nahi fix karte. Now let me tell you this. Most people think The job of a sales call is to simply present your solution and enforce a decision. And they are utterly wrong. Okay? How many of you think this? That sales है, present your solution, enforce a decision. Enforce a decision so that make money. This is absolutely bullshit. And this doesn't work anymore. Because if you did this, if you simply present a solution and ask people for money, and make money, this happens. Your customer will sleep. But today is a sales webinar as well. Correct? Today I'm going to talk about the coaching programs and everything that I'm going to share. But are you guys bored? Or are you guys still interested in learning what exactly is this guy sharing? Yeah? Interested, right? So this is not the right way of sales. Rather, most people sell like this because you keep thinking how you can make more money. See, if I wanted to think how I can make money, the slide 1 of this thing will be like introducing you to high ticket sales mastery. But that was not it. If it is too self-centered, if you keep thinking how you can make more money, you'll never make money. Your business is a business of solving problems. Note this thing down. Buy hard this at any cost. Your business is a business of solving problems. And your sales call is a demonstration of how efficiently you solve it. Note this thing down and then I'll move forward. Once you note this thing down, I'll just write noted. Okay? Your business is a business of solving problems. Your sales call is simply a demonstration of how you solve the problem. Finish this out and let me know. Right? Noted. Somebody wants me to repeat. Yeah. Your business is a business of solving problems. Every business is a business of solving problems, especially the high-ticket one. मैं t-shirt बेचने की बात नहीं कर रहा. Your sales call is simply a demonstration of how efficiently you can solve it. Aryan, I think I kept repeating this one thing again and again. I don't think you're listening to me properly. There is something called as a Q&A panel. Please add your questions there. After the webinar, I'll ask you or answer your questions, not right now. Okay? Anyone who has a question, please add it in the Q&A panel. Okay? Done? Noted? Put noted in the chat box. Once you have finished noting this down, perfect. Here's the thing. Your job in a sales call is not to make money or not to get money, although that's the outcome. It's not your primary purpose. Your job is to understand your prospects' problems, because this business is a business of solving problem, and this is a demonstration how efficiently you can solve a problem. So the job is to not make money, is to understand their problems. So do not present your solution. Don't present your solution. Rather, present the right solution. Present whatever is needed to them. And don't enforce a decision. Rather, empower a decision. There is a difference. Enforce a decision, 15-minute timers go by. Empower, what do you think about this? Do you think this will work for you? The customer themselves take a decision. And this decision can be a yes or a no. I don't care if it is a no. It should not be a maybe. That's it. We're empowering the customers to take that decision. This is why I love sales, because selling is serving. Because we're empowering somebody to take a decision. And in a business owner's life, the faster somebody makes decision, the faster they'll grow. And that's exactly what we are doing. We're empowering our prospects to make a faster decision. A decision can be no. I don't care. Decision can be no. But they need to take that decision. And that's exactly what we are doing in a sales call. Does it change some sort of mindset here? Bulb on moments. Please put BO in the chat box for me. Awesome. Beautiful. Now, this is exactly what gives you great customer reviews. Like Niveta Muralidharan recommended us 18 plus months. He's a client still and probably forever. Gautam, he joined us when he was making 5 lakhs a month, now making 28 lakhs a month last month. Worked with me and Adeep in our company. Or all these people, Arun Kumar, who saw the experience in the coaching and he loved it. Or anyone, Harry closing 1.6 lakhs retainer, 1.2 lakh retainer by Abhishek, or Supriya closed 20 lakhs of business that month. Or Ahan Iqbal, $25,000 a month Or this one, Ashish, $12,000 a month, Namrata 4.5 lakhs, Vittal 15 lakhs, or this lady who closed a Dubai client, or all of these people who are getting results. 7 lakhs. I think we got 3,000, I think $35,000 they made, $2,200, 40,000 away from 5 lakhs per month goal and everything. Now, let me ask you this question. Was this session valuable, guys?